it ain't as weird as Sean Marion's, but it's weird. And then, but
And
he
how he
playmate though.
moved,
He
it
actually
looked
get his
weird.
teammates involved. He be like he collapsing the
Yeah,
defense, getting wide open shooters. Like
yeah.
I'm a hoop,
He played herky
bro. I
jerky,
love
looked
playing with
weird,
Haliburton. I just spot up. Should
but he's hooping, dog.
have been a piss.
So
I wish he was. It'd be him and Cade, bro.
yeah, that would have worked. I mean, but honestly though, like I think what we showed this year is the Pistons need to mix a couple more veterans in there, and they can get it done, man. Every team, your lead scorer needs to be able to come off the ball at times. So, so when Cade in there, we need to be able to have somebody else playmaking to give him a little bit of break.
You
Because
know
if
what? I think we
you're
lost
gonna wear
Ivy.
out,
I think Ivy might be that
because
guy.
think about Michael Jordan scored a lot of points, but he didn't have to bring that ball up the court. So now he working without the rock to get the rock to him, and then you know what I'm saying. So it's a
That look
difference.
nice.
The centers that score a lot. You ain't bringing the ball up the court. You run into a spot. You don't do
Yeah,
all the work. You know what I'm saying. So you
yeah. I'm about
gotta
to get up.
figure out a way to get him off the rock a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I started. I'm gonna start doing like more. No, you right. You speaking fast. I'm thinking about the instead of I don't know. 'Cause I feel like a lot of like even on TikTok everywhere, everybody talking about the same three players like Kobe, LeBron, Jordan. Kobe, LeBron, Jordan. It's like maybe a little magic in there, but it's like I feel like I'm gonna do like an underrated. I feel like Patrick Ewing. I think he underrated. I was watching the '95. I've been watching the '95 series with Reggie and I'm like they. I don't know why people be saying like they be trying to make up stuff about the '90s. This is not true, bro. Like
So what
them
that's the
boys
point.
was hooping, bro.
To make the argument, this is how everybody argue. They like the dude who trying to holler at a girl and talk crazy about another dude instead of talking about
Right.
themselves. That's how everybody argue basketball now. Like
Yeah.
you telling me that you don't like Patrick Ewing, that don't prove that Giannis is good. Just talk about Giannis. He got enough accolades and enough stats. And if I want to prove that G Hill and Penny Hardaway was them guys before they got hurt, I don't have to talk about Klay Thompson to do that. I can talk about them.
That's true.
I don't know why that's so hard, but you know why? We've been taught to argue sports by people we hate. Everybody I know hates Skip Bayless, but everybody act like him now.
Yeah. Everybody
Half the
hate
people hate
people that
Stephen
hate on him got the
A,
same
but
takes as
they
him.
act like him
Right,
now.
both of them.
Right. Y'all in the barbershop sounded just like me, but y'all hate their guts. They taught y'all how to argue.
Right. I just remember.
Goofy it is.
Right. Um yeah, G Miller. I think he underrated, bro.
Yeah. So I mean,
I mean, he
the,
don't.
the
It's the
thing
only thing
is,
with him. He don't get. People want to look at. He don't really got no accolades. But I just want just watching him play like a shooter. Well, everybody got him a top 5 shooter. Mostly everybody do. So it's
yeah,
like he get his credit
I
for
mean,
what he's good at. Yeah.
Reggie did what he could with what he had.
Yep.
I think Reggie was as good as he could have been, which is better than you could say for most people that play.
He carried them. He basically. I ain't gonna say he carried by himself, but I mean he had Jalen Rose in there. Rick Smith was decent. It's like you know
Mark
what I'm saying.
Jackson.
There's
Yeah, a
some
lot of these people, man,
ballers that can hoop that
they
people don't
be
talk about.
they be
Smith got
weirding me
game.
out, bro.
Yeah.
They
I was
be
looking. I was
weirding me
watching.
out.
Charles Oakley was balling the game I watched. It was the game. I think I'm in the third quarter. It was. I think it was the game Reggie hit the 8 points in like 8 seconds. Yeah.
But
I'm
we,
saying
we
he was
gotta keep it a
balling. Derek
beam.
Harper was balling. He had got thrown out though. They they threw him out the game.
Now Derek Harper, when handshake was in, that boy used to be grab your whole waist. But the OGs gotta take responsibility for creating the environment and why it is. Because
Yep.
this started from older people talking crazy about younger people. Because it's not your generation. Like
Yeah, because
even next year
I
doing it.
like
Like,
Charles Oakley, but when he was telling on Giannis wouldn't start
yeah,
in the '90s, like that's crazy. Giannis wouldn't be a starter. Come on now,
listen.
bro.
Listen. And then when you look at you like, man, Derek McKee was a starter in the 90s.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying. Like,
were a starter in the 90s. Like, stop it. Like, stop
yeah,
it.
it was Mark
Stop.
Jackson, Derek. In the '95 was Derek
Right.
McKee, Dale
Like
Davis.
Detlef
I
Shrimp.
think it was Dale
Detlef
Davis.
Shrimp was a
Dale Davis, Rick
starter in the 90s.
Smith.
Right.
Yeah, Dale
Like,
Davis, Rick Smith, and Reggie. Yeah, that was the starters.
like when I start naming, and then you know what they do? When you start naming people they never talk about, they be like, he was the dog. No, he wasn't. Stop. He could hoop because he was in the league, of course, but stop overrating it to make your argument. So when they say, like I saw GP the other day, he was talking and he was talking about. So when people have this logic, it's weird because I've been watching people for years and I've just been taking notes. So think about this. Everybody who say that Steph Curry is not a point guard, right?
Yep.
They say that Draymond is a point guard, right?
Crazy. Yeah, they
Okay,
do say that. Yep.
okay,
Ain't no
right. So
play
if
niggas
that's
with
the
a
logic, let's stay there. Let's go with that. If that's the logic, then LeBron James is the point guard. And if LeBron
Yep. That's what I'm
James is a
saying.
point guard, if LeBron James is a point guard, because if Draymond's a point guard, LeBron got to be one. If LeBron James is a point guard, then that pushes all your favorite point guards down on the list.
That's what I'm saying. Like they be saying like they always try to say like Curry not a point guard, but then be like LeBron. So LeBron not a small forward then,
Right.
because he
He's a point
basically
guard.
he is a point guard.
Because
Really, he really is. But
and
yeah,
it's not just because they say Steph ain't, it's because they say that Draymond is. And if
that's the
Draymond
part that yeah.
is, even though he's fought like Steph Curry about to enter the top 20 all time in assists, a lot of people don't know it. But anyway, and Draymond ain't even in the picture. But
Yeah.
if Draymond is a point guard, then that means LeBron James is a point guard. You can't say otherwise. And if he is, then that means he's better than Gary Payton. He's better than a lot of guys on your all-time point guard list. Period.
Yeah.
So
Now if
now
I
you
look at
got to now you got to bag up your statement, or you got to say I misspoke.
mhm. Yeah, if you look at this era, like I mean I don't know how far to go back, but just like since LeBron been in the league, I just say the LeBron era. I'm looking at it like people always just making up stuff. It's like especially the people that be like they'd be like defending they'd be like a lot of older people. You know how they be like you just said
Yeah,
Curry not a point guard, but they mad at the point guards because they can score.
right.
Like you got to be a
So
threat. You got to be a threat on the court, bro. Like even Haliburton can score. You can't leave him. Haliburton can
right,
score 20, 25, 30.
right. So so what I call, if you're a coach and your team could be better if you allow somebody to maximize their skill set and you don't, that means you're not a good coach. So if I say, you know what, I don't care if Kevin Duckworth can't really score in the post, I want Terry Porter to come down and pass to him, even though he's a better scoring option, because that's just the way we play. And I'm like,
Hmm.
that don't make no sense.
Nope.
I watch Utah and Chicago play. I watched that series a couple times. And to do the play, Jeff Hornacek would have it wide open. Chicago's in drop coverage. And he's going to force the ball into Greg Ostertag because that's the play. But the best play, if
He's
they
we
drop
just
off, it will be for Hornacek to shoot it.
I'm about to say Hornets like a way better scorer than I should say. Right. It's like Oshie had the worst
Right,
scorer on the court
right,
besides he probably worse than B Russell as a scorer probably.
right. So how goofy is that to say we're going to do this regardless, and then you're going to lose?
Right.
Because what's the right way
Yeah.
to play?
Hornacek was an underrated shooter. I watched a couple when he's with the
No,
Suns and the Jazz. He
he
was
can shoot.
shooting.
He
Boy.
can shoot. He can shoot. And
Yeah.
the right way to play is the best way to the best way that fits your team skill set that leads you to winning. That's the right way to play. Like people like that's not the no. I don't. There is no certain. You got to see who you have, see what they could do, see what they can't do, and then you figure out the right way to play.
Hmm.
Anybody who think otherwise is goofy.
Yeah. What you think about SGA like as a player?
I think that I watched the playoffs. I think that SGA is a dog. But let's
Uh-huh.
get that out of the way. I think he figured out something, and y'all got to live with it until the refs decide they're gonna do the right thing. So it ain't his fault that they call it the foul.
Yeah.
But I watched the playoffs, the same playoffs in the same year,
Okay.
where they
Right.
allowed Houston to do whatever they wanted to do to four-time champion, two-time MVP Steph Curry.
Oh, which some
Then
pictures you sent. They was
watch
holding them off the ball.
in the same playoffs, you can't touch SGA. I'm confused. This is the same playoffs, not a different year, not a different era.
You know
This is
what?
literally the same playoffs.
The NBA, you know what they do. I'm an SGA fan, by the way, but Curry. I mean, Curry, my favorite player, second favorite player of all time. But it's like I understand, like it's just like they pushing the guy because SGA the guy right now. Curry had, you know what I'm saying? They probably figured like Curry kind of had his time. Now it's SGA turn. So it's like
Yeah,
I don't know. I
but the
think they
money,
did it. They did it with a lot of players. I think
but that
Kobe
would
got
be
calls, Jordan got
stupid
calls,
though.
Harden got calls.
You got to squeeze the money out while it's there. Like, and I'm not saying cheat. I'm saying if it's a foul, call it. That's all I'm saying. And if it ain't,
Yep.
don't. If you disagree with that, then what you watching for? That's
Yeah, Houston
crazy.
played a lot of. That was from this series, right? That was from this year, right?
Yeah,
This
that's
whole
this
Curry.
year.
Yeah.
Yes, that was. this year, the same playoffs, the same time. I'm talking about bear hugging, taking away his landing, all this stuff, and
All that
then
probably
turn
played into
around
him
and,
getting
and
hurt too, because like
right,
I mean, I don't know, he playing extra harder because he getting grabbed. He got to
right,
fight off the picks and stuff.
right. So, and then the same people who hopped on TV and was kind of defending that are now
Mm-hmm.
also complaining about. I'm like, you can't be serious, dog. You gotta make your mind up, dog. Like,
You gotta make your mind up. Yeah,
let's figure it out. You can't
they
be
just I don't know. It's
bull
just
crap all the time. That's
I mean, I
all.
know SCA do get calls, but if you look at the numbers, they were saying like he drive. He don't settle for three. They basically say he drive more than almost anybody.
That's not that ain't my point at all. My point is I watched a montage of not I'm driving and I got a call. I'm talking about I ain't even get touched. I watched him push. I watched him push McDaniels from Minnesota, and then they called the foul on McDaniels. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, I seen
I'm like,
that. I think he posted. I think I seen that. I think I seen that. Yeah.
and every time he fall, they just call it. I'd be like, fam, he's done nothing in the NBA. This is his first MVP. He's done nothing to earn that type of respect from the
No, he
refs for the
hasn't.
whistle. Like, I ain't like, come on, that's crazy
Yeah,
to me.
his prime probably started like 3 years ago. I think this is his third year in his prime, probably third. Yeah. I don't know. He might have peaked. Some players peak early though. This might be his peak this year, last year, and the year before.
I mean,
3 straight years averaging 30, shooting 50%. But this might be his peak though.
he been in the league a few years. He got a little time on him, man, and he's good. He's good. And like I said, it's not on him. It's not on him. It's on the refs. It's on
Right.
the league every day.